refuge dissolves, correct? The hut
Yes.
dissolves. But the cube of darkness remains, or no?
I don't think that lasts as long. I'll check.
What were the spells?
Alright, be right back as you guys figure this out.
Mordekainen's...
Yeah, I think Mordekainen's is in the PHP.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then it was someone's tiny hut. Liamon's tiny hut.
Yeah. Like little hoo-hoos or somethings.
The mansion lasts 24 hours, and Liamon's hut lasts 8.
Okay.
Okay. You only know it's been 8 hours because your hut dissolves. You are still enclosed in absolute darkness because of Mordekainen's private sanctuary. Which prevents any type of vision, including dark vision, through it. Okay then. 8 hours has passed. You've had a nice long rest, restored your spells and your health. Your refuge has dissolved, and you were left in silence.
Okay. Let me log back into Myth Believers. So the first thing Ismagil is going to do is he's going to memorize his new spells for the day. We still have a paladin, right?
Yes, we should still have 2 paladins.
Yeah.
Matthew, for some reason, who's still a paladin, and Guan Yu.
So I can't have zombie wolves following us around, protecting everybody. Damn it.
You might want to talk to the anti-undead paladin about that. The paladin of Kellenborg, who is the bane of undead.
I'm just waiting for him to go down, and then I raise a bunch of undead to fight everything off. And then after rescuing him, I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Get up.
Would I know that they're undead? You could just be like, oh, these are
Yeah,
wolves that I
it's
conquered.
super obvious that they're
it's
undead.
It's,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you
Can't we
have
just tell them
detect-
they're really hungry?
Do you have Detect Evil?
Detect Evil's not active.
Okay. If you have any kind of detection spell, like all undead as far as I know are just batshit evil auras everywhere. So you'd be fully aware.
Alright, I'm back.
If you could justify them, I think I could let it slide.
Saving your life.
Like if we were in a dire situation and you did it, then yes, it would probably pass. But if we're just like passively walking by a graveyard and you're like, I'm gonna bring up some undead, I don't think the paladin would be cool with that.
Yay, zombies! What are you doing? That's desecrating the dead! I don't care! Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, did that scare me? I'll kill him.
Okay, let's see.
You notice I have nothing to say in the matter. I think you're all insane.
Okay, so... Okay, was there a temple in the town that we were in?
There
Out of
was a
curiosity.
church. Yes.
What about the previous town where we received the summons?
There was not a church there. It was too small of a town. There was a shrine, but a roadside thing.
Okay, but I realistically would know of a place I could teleport to, right? Or does teleportation magic not work in Ravenloft?
Teleport.
Because they have teleportation circle.
Okay.
So, Ismagil looks at everyone and he says, we should probably go to that church that was in town. See if they have anything that we can use as like a teleportation area.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it takes 10 minutes to cast teleportation circle, but if I have enough time, I could probably get us out of danger. I mean, it's only 100 rounds. You could hold off the undead for that long, right?
At this point, I would believe that my character is still sad that he got denied by the gypsies, and a church would remind him of his failed marriage. So it would be very sad indeed if he went to go to a church, but he'll do it.
Okay.
Let's go to the church.
Yeah, let's do that first. I'm gonna look up how much it costs, though. Okay, so, GM, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you of the persuasion that just assumes that if you have the money for something that it just transforms into the requirements? Or are you the GM of the persuasion of you must buy the components ahead of time? If something costs, say, X number of gold.
Do you have a spell component pouch?
Yes, I do. But that
It's
typically
assumed-
doesn't...
I
Oh, go ahead.
don't want to track spell components.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
It's typically assumed that you have 10 uses of every spell component that you would need for each spell. So you can cast the spell 10 times before you need to buy a new pouch.
Okay. It's just if I see things that have like 50 gold or 100 gold.
Okay,
I
then just
assume... Oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah, that works perfectly. Just track your spells as how many times you cast them. Then.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, and let's see. What's the other one? Anybody know what Rary's telepathic bond does? I assume it makes everybody be able to talk to each other mentally, but...
Rary's telepathic bond.
Yeah, I found it. Okay, so it lasts for 1 hour. That's not very good. Only if, like, we absolutely had to be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it.
Thinking of teleportation, do you have a circle that you're thinking of?
It would probably be, if I remember correctly, you would the player character would know of at least one. Of course, it could just be prohibitively far away too, like at Knights of Mythranor HQ or something. I'll let you decide.
Teleportation doesn't worry about distance. So yes, you would be very familiar with at least one location.
Okay, yeah, it would be Knights of Mythranor HQ. They'd probably assume that anybody I brought with me was at least somewhat trustworthy. So we should go to that temple so that we can see if they have a permanent teleportation circle. So we can potentially, for a fairly high price, be able to get out of danger and back in the danger. That would actually also make it to where we could explain where new people come from, potentially.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay.
Well then.
Okay, so my spells are... Globe of Invulnerability didn't do much for us, because I don't think we're going to be fighting a whole lot of casters. So for emergency situations, I have Create Undead, Teleportation Circle, Animate Object, Animate Dead, Mordecai's Private Sanctum, Greater Invisibility. Feign Death is kind of useless, so Leomin's Tiny Hut, Dispel, and Haste. Let's see. Oh wait, where's that? thing that I used last time? Oh,
I
okay. I
don't
have it.
know.
No, I was thinking of Mordekainen's Private Sanctuary and Leomund's Hut. I want to make sure I have those. So then, knock, invisibility, levitate. I have web as well. Do you guys want web or knock, invisibility, or levitate?
Knock is going to be very useful if we don't have a rogue.
It'll also tell everybody exactly where we are. Because remember, knock makes an absurdly loud knocking sound. So if we use that anywhere, everyone's going to know there's somebody inside.
Strahd already knows where we are.
That's true.
And I'm a rogue anyway, so
Oh, you are rogue.
cleric rogue.
Ooh!
Right!
Ooh! Oh, good! We might
Yes!
be able to use knock to tell exactly where we want them to go, and then run the opposite direction and ambush them. As, like, all of Strahd's encounters from the castle come to that one location. And then we attack them and die horribly.
Or you
So
do
let's
all
not.
of that, and I'll just go and find his treasure.
Don't worry, guys. We got this. It's only the equivalent of a CR-18 encounter.
As long as Guan Yu takes the beating and I can steal his kills, I am fine with any plan.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay, I think I have my spells memorized. Alright, we're good. So, anybody else want to do anything before Ismagil starts doing things? Also,
I'm
do we
good.
heal?
Yes,
Do
you
you-
heal completely over a long rest.
Okay, okay.
Okay then. Are you guys gonna head straight back to the village then, or are you gonna...
Ismagil's actually going to check on the gypsies first. He's going to walk up now that the tiny hut has dissolved.
I think that might be a bad idea, but
Don't get stabbed.
you be you.
So he walks up 30 feet towards the gypsy camp. He casts Prestidigitation to create a light source.
Okay.
And what does he see?
As you look, you can see that the tent is half collapsed. There are tears and look like dark splatters on the material. But you don't see more than one body. This one right here. The others have all disappeared, but the wagons are also gone through these two blocks.
Okay, good. He's gonna look around and see if he can figure out how these people died. I mean, obviously it's probably wolves or dire wolves or werewolves, but who knows? Would that be a medicine check?
Medicine would work, yes.
Oh,
Or investigation.
investigation's even better. I'll pull that up.
Ah! You can tell that a lot of groups have been through here over the night. There are large wolf prints. There are bare human-looking footprints. And also shoe-clad footprints. Here's my
Okay.
paper.
Do they look like they might have been wearing sabatons when they came through?
Wearing what?
Sabatons. They're the metal covering for a foot in a suit of armor.
You learn new things every day. No, just normal shoes.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe like leather or maybe wood-bottomed.
Okay. Yeah. The bottom part of like full plate would be you have like the part that goes on the waist that attaches to the breastplate to an extent. Then you have the greaves that attach to that under the covering of the knees. And then the sabatons are attached to the greaves. So like the sabatons, the armored boots aren't actually on your feet. They're instead resting on your like hips and waist. So you don't like destroy your legs.
Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. There are no gypsies to be seen though. Just footprints. The body, the only body that you see here, looks like he was killed not by wolves or animals as you would expect, but he looks like he was stabbed by some sort of weapon.
Can I make out what type of weapon it might have been? Like, does it have a fine point like a rapier, or is it slightly more broad like a dagger?
It's hard to tell. It's a very ragged stab wound.
Okay. Might have been some kind of claw then. Alright, I'm going to look around in the rest of the tent. I don't see anything else in here when I go in. All the tarot cards are gone. Everything's been packed up, I assume.
Packed up? No. The tent looks like it's been destroyed.
Okay. Are there any artifacts just laying around?
You can see the crystal ball sitting on the floor. It doesn't appear to be anything more than glass now, though.
How about
Okay.
the cards?
No,
I'll
you
pick-
don't see the cards.
I'll pick up everything that looks important and throw it in the cart. Did my donkey survive the night?
I gotta roll for this. Because he was
He
in
did.
the hut.
Is my wife among the corpses?
No. There's only the one corpse, which was, I have his name written down here, actually.
So she escaped.
Johann.
Gustav.
Gustav.
Oh, Gus.
Yeah, Gus.
I saved Gus.
Shockingly, your donkey survived the night.
Sweet. Yeah, I pack everything that seems important into the cart. I also come over to the other guys and I say, you guys want to break down this tent? We might be able to take it with us.
Tent's destroyed. Why would we?
I don't know, we can set it up as a decoy somewhere.
Once again, why would we?
Who's going to attack a damaged tent?
That's an even better question. So if we set this up somewhere and then set up the hut inside of it, people might even be less inclined to attack it.
That sounds like a whole lot of work for nothing.
Exactly.
Deception?
just-
How long would it take us to bring down the tent?
You see the size of that thing?
Condition. It'd probably take you an hour to pack it up into a shape you could haul in the cart.
Now, I just want to do one thing. The professor goes over to the donkey and checks to see if it has fangs.
No, the donkey doesn't have fangs. Thank you for checking, though.
It has fangs. It bites you. You become a vampire. No!
That's not how this works.
And I thought I was the stupid one in this group.
Professor Doom! Okay,
The professor, the one who doesn't believe in magic.
No, I believe that this is a some kind of communicable virus that, transmutes the people into these mutant monsters.
Mutant monsters.
I'm going to
Mutant monsters. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to... Is there anything else we can use here in the campsite before things end? Here?
So,
Firewood, anything like that?
Yeah, there's firewood. There's some... You can salvage one of these tents over here.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been destroyed, it's just collapsed.
It has elephant trample marks on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I think I have a tent.
There's a small box that someone left in the large tent was overlooked.
Okay.
That's all.
I'll grab the large
my box. My box.
Well, I also say, well, we might want to make sure it's not trapped or anything magical.
I opened the box.
Oh god, I step away.
It's full of
Yeah.
letters tied in brightly colored ribbons with flowers pressed inside.
This
Is there anything underneath the letters?
No, just the letters.
Miss McGill says, are you still alive in there?
I say, yes, I found letters, and I don't like letters. I don't like reading.
Well, let me see them. Miss McGill.
Can I
Here.
investigate these other tents?
Here you go, sir.
Yes.
So, Miss McGill, before reading them at all, he's going to ask, did you read these at all? Themis? Themis, did you read these at all? These letters?
No, I didn't read them at all. I just looked into the box. I saw letters, and I was looking for something else, but I saw that they were tied with a red ribbon, so I gave them to you.
Okay. So I'm going to extend my senses towards the letters and see if there's any like arcane energy sort of there with an arcane check. Is that
Okay.
fine? Okay.
Roll Arcana.
Because the last thing I want is to explode.
You're so paranoid.
So that's an 11.
These are just gypsies.
No, they don't appear magical. They're just letters. They do smell faintly of perfume, though. Guan Yu, these other tents, last night, when they started packing up after the wolves started howling, these were the first ones they packed up, so there's nothing left here. Just the tents themselves.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to actually start reading through the letters one by one while sitting on my donkey. Well, sitting on the cart behind the donkey.
Okay. The letters are between Ava and an unnamed man. They're love letters.
Okay. I'm going to keep reading. If it's just like poetry or bad poetry or whatever, I'm going to sort of skim through that and try to get to the end of this mass of letters.
It's poetry, but it's beautiful poetry. It's very well written. And there are several recurring themes. One of them talks about her sparkling eyes, and another one speaks of this gift is for you.
Okay. Is there anything else specifically about this gift?
No, it's mentioned obliquely, but never directly.
And it was to Madame Ava, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I say out to the group, it seems somebody was giving some sort of gift to Ava, and they really liked her eyes. Who knows exactly? Who knows where that's coming from? But
Is there no name on the letters?
doesn't look like it. Can I make an Arcana check to see if a crystal ball can be used as some sort of sensor to see out of?
Sure.
Just in case the writer here had read, the person who wrote this module had, and at some point read Lord of the Rings. 12. I have
What
a
are the
13.
chances that they hadn't?
I know, right?
No, the crystal ball is not supposed to be used as a device to decode the letters.
No, I mean like if somebody could use it to see out of it from a location.
Oh my
no.
god, like the eye?
Mm-hmm.
There is one more thing. In some of the letters, but not all of them, her unknown admirer speaks of competition, asking whether she stays true to him.
Oh god, no. These are the letters of the man to his wife that I wanted to marry.
Wait, this makes sense. Spigil looks up and he says, "This might make sense. Strahd wasn't attacking the gypsies. Maybe Strahd wasn't attacking them because these letters are from Strahd, but it would be dangerous for him to actually sign his name. Let's keep
Wasn't
this
there-
crystal book. Go ahead."
Wasn't there something about Strahd and his brother having a rivalry?
Maybe.
Maybe it's over this woman.
Maybe one of them killed the other one. Or imprisoned the other one. Okay. Let's take this crystal ball and wrap it up in cloth.
Okay.
You're obsessed by this crystal ball, man.
If I was the GM, I would use it. And I wrap it in cloth, like, put stuff around it to keep the cloth from coming off, and just put it in the back of the cart.
Okay.
May I see that for a moment?
Go ahead. I handed that to him.
I
That'd be great.
detect magic on it.
Okay. It is not magical.
Well, I tell him.
He takes it. We could use it to bluff with. He puts it back in the cart. He says, "Who here is really good at lying?"
It's a very good question, sir.
I bet the bard is. Hey, bard, you good at lying? Yes. Okay.
What? What was that? I'm sorry, I can't do his accent.
Hey, bard, you really good at lying?
I don't feel well. I'm sorry.
Hope you get better. Maybe we'll be able to convince Strahd or somebody about this glass ball is somehow magic.
Or maybe we can sacrifice the bard in order to get something from Strahd.
Well, murdering characters off-screen is not exactly the nicest thing to do. Oh, yeah, so Guan Yu's active, the professor's still sitting in the circle. Okay. Alright, so Ismagil's going to say, is there anything else you guys want to do here before we start moving along?
Nope, I hop onto your cart.
Okay.
Maybe we could question the dead guy to find out what killed him.
Do you have a spell that does that?
I do.
Oh, good. I take the dead guy. Yeah, firemen carry him over to, like, what looks like a bench or some sort of tree stump. Lay him next to it.
Next to the fire, probably.
When you ask them questions, do they get up and move around?
No.
Okay, so we don't need to tie his arms behind his back.
Can only ask a maximum of 5 questions.
Okay, so Ismagil, he's going to set the guy next to the fire. And then
Do
he's
they need
going
to be yes or
say,
no
"All
questions?
yours."
Or can they be as elaborate as they are?
The corpse only knows what it knew in life, so it doesn't have to be yes or no, but it can't answer questions if it doesn't know, if its character didn't know the answers.
Well,
Ismagil,
then just
go ahead.
let's just think about 5 questions to ask and make sure that we ask what happened that night, if you saw who killed him, and what happened afterwards.
So Ismagil's going to pull out a book and a pen, and he's going to, sit down, rest it on his knee, and say, "All right, come up with some questions."
Alright, so I say to him that we should ask the corpse what happened to him, being a first, and then, or just ask one question and ask what happened that night. He'll probably just answer what happened to him as well.
So what happened during the night?
Let's try to think of 10 questions and then narrow it down.
What happened during the night? Where would your people have gone? People have fled to?
Do the gypsies
What do
know
they
if-
know about these occurrences? Because they didn't tell us everything, I believe.
Oh, what was that, Themis?
That what else do they know about these occurrences? Because I don't think they told us everything.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to answer truthfully.
Ah well.
Isn't it a will save to see if he has to?
No.
Okay. Maybe you could ask, do you think Themis has a shot? No.
We all know the answer to that question, sir.
Anybody else?
No, you got the one thing I was going to ask.
So we have what happened to you, what happened last night, where would your people have gone / led to, what else do you know about these occurrences? Let's be more specific about these occurrences. Because he could answer that with anything, that's really vague. These animal attacks?
Well, animal attacks, just these attacks.
They did say that the gypsies were typically left alone, so these new attacks, or has it happened before?
It's also a good question.
Okay, so currently I have what happened to you. He'll probably answer that with I died.
He'll be more specific if he wants to tell us something.
Just depends if he likes us or not.
Yeah. What happened last night? He'll probably respond to that with we were attacked. Um,
You're so pessimistic about this.
where would your people have gone or fled to? He might answer that with an actual question if we can convince him that we actually want to help them. Or he might just say not here. What else
You're bringing me down, man.
Or, where have you gone to or fled to might be anywhere not near you. What happened? What else do they know about these attacks? What else does he know about these attacks? GM, are these questions... Is the undead guy allowed to ask for clarification? Or does he just answer the question?
If he doesn't understand, he will probably make it obvious, and you can clarify.
Okay. And have these gypsies ever been attacked before? Those questions sound good to you guys?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, McGill, he hands you his notes. And he says that maybe Themis shouldn't be there when these questions are asked.
Excuse me? I'm pretty sure someone else tried to intimidate these gypsies.
Well, who's the person who do they not like?
Themis definitely, and then me slightly, not so much either.
Ismagil
Slightly?
Ismagil sort of like puts his hand on his head. He says, "I'll ask them then."
Slightly, he says.
Making new friends.
Okay, so we put him next to the fire,
Yep.
and Ismagil walks over, and wait, I think it's only the person who casts the spell can ask these questions.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's all you.
Alright, so I'm gonna go up to the corpse and cast the spell.
Okay. Which spell is this? The spell.
Speak with dead.
Speak with dead.
277.
Thank you. Okay. So, Nysa makes some arcane gestures with her hands and speaks an incantation and sets a little bit of incense aflame, and in the smoke, Gus's eyes open again, still filmed over with death, and his mouth lolls open, and he looks over at Nysa. Nysa? I still don't.
Nissa.
Nysa.
What's this guy's name again?
Gustav, or Gus.
Gustav, what happened during the night?
We were attacked by creatures, by the villagers, by everything. Even the undead. He looks horrified, or as horrified as a dead person can look.
I'm sorry, I almost burst out laughing because you said we were attacked, and it was like the prediction that he made.
Where would your people have fled to? Those who survived the attack?
I don't know. They might have sought help from the villagers. They might have left Barovia.
what else do you know about these animal attacks?
The animal attacks have gone on as long as memory. Strahd controls them. They happen to his will.
Have your people ever been attacked before?
No, never, never. Strahd has kept him safe. Kept us safe. He's kept
Do you know-
Ava safe.
Wait, guys, how about the object that's the guy, the straw thing was talking about? Maybe it has to do something to do with that. He said that he was looking for an object. Maybe we should ask about the object.
No, the object is something we have, not they have.
Exactly. What do we know about this object anyway?
Yeah, but none
What
of
did
you
the
know
gypsies
that
say?
he asked for it.
Oh yeah, sure. He didn't say it. Yeah.
I was in a tiny little tree.
No, wait. One of us heard it. No.
Nobody heard.
All right.
Okay, I'm back. What's up?
And the last question, what changed to make him attack Ava this time?
I don't know. You changed it. All of you. What did you do?
Blaming us again.
I turn to everyone and say, well, that was very helpful.
That was very helpful indeed.
Oh, what did he say?
You all heard what he said.
So, what have we learned from this? We pretty much learned what we already knew. So we might as well go and check out the villagers, because that's what he said they might have gone to if they hadn't left Barovia.
Alright. To town! Ismael jumps on the back of his horse and waits for everybody to get in the cart.
I think we should bury the body first, no?
No.
If you want to.
I do.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright, let's bury him then.
John!
Yay!
Cool. I've got about an hour
Not a
left of
word,
gameplay.
Nintaku. We're gonna play. That's all.
Hello.
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 I'm sorry. I thought it was Thursday. Because I'm an idiot.
It's not Thursday. Welcome. We need our bard. You're
Yeah.
really the only one who's good at lying.
So I'll
The
fill you-
negotiations didn't really go too well last time.
I'll fill you in. We found a crystal ball that in the wreckage after the gypsies were wiped out or ran off, and Ismail is pretty sure it could be used as some sort of sensor or magical focus of some sort. So the professor did detect magic on it, found that it wasn't magic at all, even though Ismail's still covering it with cloth. And his thought process is that your character would have heard beforehand is maybe we can use it to lie. So how good are you at lying?
Let me check.
Deception.
Pretty sure I'm good at lying.
I love how the crystal ball is the most important thing that you mentioned first in all of this. That the gypsies died in a tent. That was not important enough.
Are they dead?
Just
One of
Wow.
them guys.
You found one. Gus, the accordion player.
Oh,
Not
I like
Gus.
us.
And we found out the villagers, a bunch of undead, some animals, everything went crazy and attacked them.
I have +9 on deception.
Oh yeah, you're a good liar.
Oh yeah, you're good. Okay, so we had decided that we were going to try and check out the temple in Ravenloft,
Barovia.
Barovia.
Ravenloft is the big bad castle.
Oh,
I
right,
guess
right.
in all of this time, Raphael has just been sleeping. Sleeping late. There was too much partying last night. Too much giant woolly mammoth partying.
Sounds
Guess you
good.
could say
Obviously.
that. Why not?
Shall we?
Heading out
Well-
then.
Yeah, let's take a vote. Who wants to go to where? The temple in Barovia or somewhere else?
Well, the
don't-
temple is something we need to go to, isn't that correct?
I believe so. It was in my the card reading that Eva did said something about the temple and religion, so I assume we should go there.
Well, then let's go.
All right.
We
so
have, we
two
have
for the
no
temple.
other leads other than going in the castle itself.
Okay, I think we are decided then.
Yeah.
To the
we'll go
temple.
Okay. You travel out of your Mordekainen's sanctuary, or whatever the spell name was, back down the road to the village of Barovia.
So as we are writing, I'm going to go ahead and try to use my stealth to hide while driving the cart somehow.
So it looks like nobody's driving.
Yeah.
How does
Looks
that
like-
even work?
Well, my cloak makes it swirls to basically make an invisibility cloak to an extent. Basically the cloak looks like you can see through it as long as I'm wearing it. If you've ever read the Wheel of Time series, basically the Warden's cloak is what I effectively have right now. So he's just going to try and lay down inside the front part of the cart where the driver's supposed to sit, covering himself up with a cloak and just minimally steering the donkey from underneath.
You're gonna travel at half speed if you do that.
That's fine.
But
Hey,
why are you doing this? It makes
you're
no
way too
sense.
cautious, man. No, you know what? Themis is driving the cart. That's what's going to happen because he likes
Okay.
animals.
Okay, this McGill is going to just be in the back.
Do you have
Uh,
proficiency with land vehicles?
Yes, can I name the donkey?
Does the donkey already have a name?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, name the donkey. Go ahead.
Thunderhoofs.
Tenderhoofs. Okay.
Thunderhoofs. Because he's a
Thunder.
badass.
Okay. You have named your very chill donkey Thunderhoofs.
Yes. Like
Someone
Fitting
popping
name.
popcorn or something?
No, that's my dogs. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like they're going nuts.
Well then, as you travel back up the road through the forest, you come to the crossroads again, where you had to decide whether to go farther up the cliffs or to the gypsy encampment. But at this point, there's something new. Nissa, do you really have an 18 in passive perception?
Where's perception?
Do you have
Yeah.
Okay then, you are definitely the first one to see it then. There is a white shape hanging from the trees in the crossroads.
a white shape.
A white shape.
I get my bow ready.
I'm gonna
Not
tell
this-
everybody there's something white up ahead.
McGill is gonna say, "Okay, pull up the cart and let's scout ahead."
And I would question something white. What does that mean? What?
Well, corpses are usually white.
A corpse? Alright, I would
Usually.
I would tell Thunderhoofs to stop the cart. Because I believe that he's in control of his own actions and I don't need to instruct him to do so. So I just tell him.
You tell the
Thunderhoofs?
donkey to stop the cart.
Yes.
He
I don't
doesn't
use the
stop the
reins.
cart. He doesn't speak common. He keeps walking.
Do I
Miguel
speak
says, just
donkey?
pull on the reins.
Do I speak animal? No, I
Do
don't.
you have that spell?
No, I
I-
don't. I would like to slowly reiterate that he needs to stop, even though I know he doesn't understand common, he might understand my intentions.
Are you
I use-
using the reins or are you trying to use your words?
I'm using my words. The reins, those are oppressive means.
I
The
use
donkey
prejud-
doesn't stop. You're quickly approaching the shape hanging from.
Alright,
use
I keep
prestidigitation to pull on the
telling the
reins.
donkey that he should not fear and should just stop the carts.
Okay, while all this is happening, I want to look at that guy like he's fucking nuts and jump off the cart.
Okay.
The
I quickly
professor
walk
walks
over,
up to
grab-
the donkey. The professor walks up to the donkey, says a couple of things to it in donkey, which he can do, and asks the donkey to stop.
The
Tell him
donkey
that-
stops.
Tell him that his name is Thunderhooves, alright?
Wait, the professor can speak donkey?
The professor can speak with animals.
Yes.
Right. Could my character be convinced that this is actually a repercussion from me telling him to stop? I don't buy that this professor can speak donkey.
So this is the way I see this happening. Stop, donkey. Stomp, donkey. Donkey stomps.
And I believe I made him stop. That's good. That's good.
Okay, so Ismagil looks at everyone and he says, alright, I'm going to scout ahead. I want someone to stay at least 30 feet behind me, though. He puts his longbow away, because it's rather big, pulls out his rapier, and starts, he stalks into the woods a little bit, pulls up his cloak of Elvenkind, and starts stealthing towards the crossroads. So roll
Okay.
stealth now, or do you want me to roll it?
Roll stealth
Do-
now.
I pull
Okay,
out my
19.
wand of magic missile and start like following closely behind.
Okay. As you approach Ismagil, it becomes pretty obvious, yes, this is a body, but it's a smaller than adult body.
Okay, so they've hung children.
Oh god,
I'm gonna make a perception check to look around. That's a
Gosh.
6, so I don't see much.
Okay, it's dark and misty, and it's hard to see.
I look around, I don't see anything. So he would do what any what any sneak would do, and just sort of stealth out into the crossroads and look up at the kid.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll perception again.
Okay. 18.
That's better. Okay, you actually recognize the body hanging at the crossroads. You remember during the fortune telling, Madame Ava had an assistant that came out and helped her, a little girl?
Mm-hmm.
This is her.
No.
She's not struggling or anything against the rope or anything, right?
No, she's obviously dead. And there are bite marks in her neck.
There's nothing else coming this direction, right? I strain my ears to listen.
No, you don't hear anything coming your direction.
This McGill stands up, pulls his hood off the cloak, looks around and waves, gestures towards the cart to come up. Then he pulls out his bow, knocks an arrow, and tries to shoot through the rope.
Roll to hit?
Okay.
Is it actually rope?
Yes, it is actually rope.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't like, spider silk.
14.
No, it's actual rope.
So 14 to hit.
14. Yes, you managed to hit the rope. It frays enough that she falls. Or
Okay.
her body falls.
Alright. Yeah, so Miguel, when the rest of the people get here, he tells them what he's seen, and that this is the body of the girl who helped the fortune telling. and that he thinks this is probably a message being sent to the party.
You said that she had bite marks on her neck?
Yeah. So she was probably drained of her lifeblood. That would also explain why she's so pale. Most of the time, he says, gesturing to the feet. When people are hung, all their blood tends to focus on the face and the feet. Sometimes the hands.
Could my character at this moment puke or something? Because he doesn't like this shit. He's very fragile. Both in mind and soul.
Roll a constitution to keep from puking.
You are the weakest spell.
He's like a holy warrior that's supposed to go up against the absolute worst of everything. He's like, oh no, a hanging body. Ugh.
Hey, alright, my character is very fragile.
He sees a ghoul.
Where's my con
What?
save? There it is.
What deity did you have again for Themis?
Vecna.
Vecna.
Oh,
right.
by the way, do you have enough time to pull off your helmet before you projectile vomit?
Hey, he rolled a 17, man. He's fine. He's fine.
I've seen people in like Hema puke into like a full helmet.
Amuse
bucket
yourself
helmet.
right now with him, but he at some point will change, man, and he'll be a dark piece of shit.
He's just like retching.
He'll be a dork. He'll be a darkable. Okay. Ismagil turns to, I think it was Guan Yu who cast the spell to speak with the dead.
Nissa.
Nissa, and he says, Nissa, do you want to do another one of those spells again to ask her how she died? Or should we just bury her?
I think we should just bury her and keep going towards the town.
Alright. So, let's see. I think Ismagil has some shovels.
And I would speak to the group and ask if it's a good idea to actually bury the corpse of someone that has been bitten by a vampire. And I also try to speak to my donkey again.
Does anybody have any holy water?
Oh shit, would she come back?
I do.
Ismagil looks at you and he says, do you think the undead come back from... Do you think people who are killed by a vampire draining their blood come back as a vampire?
Themis would actually think about this, but he has the paladin background and he would have heard about diseases of this kind, and he would say that they would probably come back as a troll.
Yeah.
Troll being a mindless being, servant to the vampire that bit it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't
either.
know.
So what do you think, Nissa? Should we do something to the corpse first before we bury it?
I know I would dismember it, but I'm not sure if a cleric would.
Yeah. Roll that religion, probably.
I would burn it.
Guan Yu would
Can I-
accept burning it.
Can I just walk up and throw a bottle of holy water on top of it? See what it does?
Sure.
I'd like to do that then.
Mark off a bottle of your holy water. It splashes over the sad little corpse of this girl and has no other effect.
Then I tell the others of the group she's been purified, she can be buried now.
Well, this is a paladin telling us this, so Ismagil, he helps to bring the cart forward. Do I have shovels? Yes, I have a shovel. And he gives the shovel to the strongest person and leads them into the wild to find a suitable burying place that isn't on the road. Probably
Okay.
like 5 feet into the forest.
It's difficult going, and there's thick underbrush in the forest, but there is, here at the crossroads, a grassy verge between the underbrush and the road itself.
Okay. So, he says we should probably bury her here then. If she was bitten by a vampire. We think we purified her, but let's bury her kind of deep just to make sure.
Let's decapitate her to make sure.
Burn the body. It's the only way to be sure.
I think burning the body is the easiest route, and it's respectful.
Okay. Well, let's just get a bunch of brush and then set her on fire.
Sounds
Hope she doesn't
good.
wake up screaming.
Okay. Someone roll survival to get the brush. It'll take you about an hour to do this.
Okay.
Oh, it's not gonna be me gathering brush.
Alright, let's see if I can do it. Got an 8. Anybody else?
Give me a second.
Anybody with a survival greater than 0?
Not very
Nope.
good survival.
Nope.
But
You
I
guys
guess
suck
I'll.
at gathering brush.
You've got some really green spells and really green sticks and stuff.
You pull some leaves off a tree. You're like, does this work? Is it gonna work, guys?
I bring a branch, like a giant log. I'm like, here we go.
There we go. Thank you, Nissa. Finally, someone finds a dead tree and just starts hacking the limbs off of it. You manage to build this funeral pyre for poor little Lilith. And, you watch as it burns.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes, the pipes.
Does anyone want to say some last words, or?
Guan Yu will say like a quick prayer to Kelmvor that he guides her soul to the other side.
Okay then.
This McGill, he swears an oath that he'll kill Strahd for this.
Raphael is just sadly playing in the background.
Thomas
Very
would just
soft.
silently pray in the back.
I look on dispassionately. You know, that I think you're all wasting your time. I think this is just, you know, burn the child's body and let's get on with our mission.
Okay then.
I agree with the
So
soulless
mean.
monster. Let's go.
Well, after we burned her corpse and she's ash, let's hope she doesn't suddenly get regeneration and come back to haunt us, and get on the cart and go to town.
Well, Nissa, you hear someone walking up the road as you're watching the pyre. Behind you from the village.
I'm gonna let everybody know I hear somebody coming.
This McGill whips out his rapier, pulls up his cloak, and hides in the shadows.
Is it still like bright day out?
Yes, bright day being relative in Barovia.
And there's
It
this
is
humongous,
still-
like, smokestack.
Yeah, because you all gathered green wood for her funeral pyre. Good job.
Bright day, more like bright gray.
Plus, if I remember,
But,
humans burn black. Might be wrong.
Okay then. From the
That is
direction of the village, several villagers walk up. Human. Armed. Looking threatening.
Oh, great.
Well, Bard, your turn.
I'm going to walk. Yeah, I was about to say. I walk in front of the Hulker and I say, "Greeting, villagers. Lovely day we're having, isn't it? Why exactly are you brandishing those weapons?"
What are you doing here? Where did the gypsies go?
Everyone loves the gypsies.
And the lead villager thrusts his bearded chin at the funeral pyre.
It was a one of the gypsy children. She was dead when we found her. didn't know what to do with the body as the gypsies have disappeared. Last night they were attacked, we know that much. But as to what's going on now, I could not fathom a guess.
Well then, did you attack the gypsies, or did something else?
Oh, definitely something else.
It was a pack of dire wolves attacked in the night.
Miss
Dire
McGill,
wolves and bats, right?
Yes, and bats.
How would you know this?
Demon. He's never attacked the gypsies before.
Miss McGill, while hiding behind a tree to conceal his location, calls out to them. Says, yeah, it was bats and wolves. And I think I saw some sort of pale man attack one of my friends and then disappear. We think it's Strahd.
Don't say that name.
Will he come and fight us if we do? And leave you be?
He'll fight you whether you say it or not, but I'd rather not be on the receiving end. We have enough troubles here.
The gypsy
Well,
leader...
where are you going? Where are you going?
Into town.
The gypsy leader Ava told us about somebody in a temple or some sort of power in the temple in town that would help us liberate the town and free your people from this oppression. We go there. I also might be able to rescue some of you, teleport you out of town if you'll have me.
He looks completely nonplussed by this.
I have friends beyond who would help you.
Well, I can introduce you to Father Donovic. That's all I'll do.
Good enough.
You coming?
Who makes the diplomacy check? Or do they just go with us without a diplomacy?
Oh no, they're going to escort you back.
Okay, good. Miss McGill walks out, pulls back his hood, jumps on the car. Let's go, guys.
Something's going to happen to us, and it's not going to be pretty, guys.
Probably. But we're adventurers. Dealing with things that aren't pretty is our job.
Unless they're dealing with me, then it's very pretty.
Oh, yes. Don't worry. If the demon kills all of us, he'll probably spare you, so he can have you play a harp.
You think so?
Maybe sing songs for it. Maybe he needs a new PR agent. The villagers don't like him much.
Okay.
Onward!
Okay. As you walk back to the village, the villagers don't say anything. They just watch you suspiciously. Any attempts at conversation will only get grunts or monosyllabic, non-committal replies. When you get back into town, he'll lead you along a side road and double back towards the cliffs to bring you to the temple. Come on. New map for you guys.
Nice.
It is
Fancy.
this building up here.
The one that looks like a temple?
Yes! Shocker. So you guys come
Alright.
back across the bridge.
Is that a fortress behind it? Or like a graveyard?
That is a graveyard bigger than the temple itself.
Oh, that's great.
There
It's just
look
what
like
I've been looking for.
hundreds of graves out there. Who doesn't have a token? And I'll get you a token quickly.
I don't think I have one.
Miss McGill parks his cart outside the temple. If there's a little stand where you can tie the donkey to it, he wraps the leash, the lead around that, and walks up to the temple. He extends his arcane senses. Does he detect any kind of arcane magic around him? Anything that would be dangerous?
No, this temple has no arcane magic. 1 second, I need another token uploaded. There we go.
Okay, sense some violence.
You sense some violence. Okay. Very large token. Nice. East McGill. Where's my page? Io, Guan Yu, Professor. We don't have a Themis. Okay, that's what else we're missing.
Thanks.
I am Father. Punch shred of the dick, please.
Hi, May.
Hi, May?
He looks like Pai Mei.
I don't know. This is a random picture that I found on the internet. There you go. Tokens for everyone.
Yay!
Huzzah.
To give you guys some points of reference, here is the town square. You have the inn that you guys went to and met some fun characters. You guys came from this direction and you knocked down the door on like this house over here.
Excellent.
That was rude.
Yes, you were very rude.
Well,
So-
luckily they don't have a sheriff.
The villagers will show you to the temple and then with a curt nod they'll turn around and walk back the other way. They have better things to be doing with their time. Like not dying.
Miss McGill knocks on the door.
The door swings. That was awesome. Thank you for the sound effects. The door swings open easily. It's not locked or even closed. Actually, I have script for this. Atop a slight rise against the very roots of the castle's pillar stone stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. The church has weathered the salts of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. The bell tower hangs to one side, its sweet tone long silenced. Flickering light shines through the holes burned through the roof shingles. The rafters strain feebly against their load. The interior, which you guys can see as the door swings open, is in shambles, with overturned and broken benches littering the dusty floor. The altar at the far end is claw-scarred.
Clawscar?
Yep, there's no one inside that you can see.
What's Clawscar mean?
Claw-scarred.
Oh,
Claw marks. Like-
Scarred with claw marks.
Yes.
Oh, claw scarred. Okay, I gotcha. Well, I guess somebody objected to religion then. Let's see. So Miss McGill, he walks in, making a perception check. I should roll that. Let's see. Well, yeah, he doesn't see anything.
No, he doesn't see a thing. Right at that point, the sun makes a break for it, shining through the clouds and blinding you with one of its rays. Yay!
Yay, the sun!
Yay! Praise the sun.
Let the sun shine. Thank you, Pete. There is no one in the church right now. You can see that the windows have been boarded up as well. There's a bar leaning against the wall behind the door. It looks like the door is usually barred shut. But you can hear what sounds like whistling from behind the church, in the graveyard.
Miss McGill, not hearing this because he rolled a 1, walks up to the altar. Unless Guan Yu tells him otherwise.
I'm going to tell the group that I hear whistling coming from the back.
Okay.
Themis would ask if it's happy whistling or sad whistling.
I give you this look of like, what kind of question is that? And then I'm gonna head towards the whistling.
Yeah, Ismail will follow.
I would just mumble under my breath, "It's your funeral."
Oh, right, I like this guy. His hand on his rapier, just ready. In case.
Okay then. At the back of the church, you see a man who's obviously Father Donovic. He has a long white beard, well tended, a hat, and clothes that look the best you've seen in the village so far. But he walks with a very pronounced limp. He's currently tending the graves. He doesn't look up at all as you approach.
I'm gonna greet him. Hello, Father.
More adventurers.
Your church has seen better days.
That's what you open with.
Yeah.
We've all
Ismail
seen better days.
Ismail says, "Hello, cleric."
And to you. Do you need anything?
Yes.
I would also approach the cleric and I would also shake his hand and say, "My name is Themis. We are adventurers coming from a far land. We are in search for riches."
Well,
you are.
He gets
Yeah.
this look of disgust on his face and shakes his hand free of yours forcefully. He's stronger than he looks.
Ismail looks at him and says, "Well, we're here partially for magic items and wealth, but this man's Strahd. The people are scared of him, and this place is rather maleficent. Yeah.
You don't have to tell me. I've dug each and every one of these graves.
Do you think there would be a way to convince townspeople to come into a teleportation circle I could set up? Teleport them to the headquarters of my order?
He looks
Also-
incredulous. A teleportation circle.
Yes, he says. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ismail Sorcelay, the Knights of the Knights of Mithranor. If you like, I can aid your people and help them get out of this hellhole of sorts.
Then
Maybe
we'll take you
yourself.
up on your offer. It's been tried before.
Really? Does teleportation not work here?
The teleportation works, but any who leave this land die immediately.
Ismail nods. Thanks for the advice. Me and my friends here, we received a reading from the gypsy Ava. And shortly after, the gypsies and we were attacked. Do you think maybe by giving us that reading, they might have made Strahd angry with us, or them?
It has never angered the demon before. Why would he attack him? That is
Ismail.
indeed strange.
Ismail grins. He looks at his compatriots and says, "Well, then that means we're actually a threat." Tell me, I recall that with the tarot reading that we received, I received a card of, I believe, faith or some sort of cleric or temple. And if memory serves, there was supposed to be some sort of artifact we could use against Strahd here. Maybe someone who could help us. Raphael, tell us all about this.
You are too late. We used to have a holy symbol here.
Can
A
you
shrine
describe
to
it?
Ilmater. It was stolen from me.
By who?
Who else but the demon in his castle? Or one of his minions. None of the villagers would steal it.
That scoundrel.
Is it the same beast that cut up your door?
Those are his creatures, yes. I've fought them most of my life now.
Mr. McGill grins and says, "Would you be willing to join us in destroying Strahd?"
I wish I could. I've tried once. Can see how that ended. He nods at his leg.
Can anybody heal that injury?
Is he willing to fill in a form?
Enough of
He's
your
a
kind
cleric.
have tried to heal it.
Are the demons allowed on these premises? It is hallowed ground after all. Can they get here?
My prayers have kept them out of the church. Up until last night. I don't know what angered them, but they managed to enter.
McGill nods and says, "We made him angry. I think we have him. I think he fears what we might do to him.
He fears you.
I think so. That's the only reason that he would send his minions to attack us so directly.
Let's not get cocky.
Think about it, my friend. Well, yes. It might be a little cocky and egotistical of me to suggest this, but perhaps Strahd fears that we might take him down. That I have heard that there have been many adventurers coming through here. All of them have come and died. But the moment we show up, suddenly the gypsies, who formerly enjoyed immunity to Strahd's anger, are attacked, and two of their members are killed at least. And then your temple is attacked as well. I think Strahd might be trying to eliminate those who may aid us. Then again, maybe my logic is flawed.
The gypsies... That is something I have not seen before. But as for Strahd's creatures attacking the adventurers, that is nothing new. He toys with every group who comes.
I mean them attacking you directly, and ignoring your prayers, and entering the temple.
Ignoring, no. Surpassing. He's been trying to kill me since I first came here.
I like this man.
Is it possible that Strahd is getting stronger?
Of course. He is immortal, from what I can tell.
Join us. Surely, he's human, right? This guy is human, this cleric?
Yes.
How old does he look? Venerable aged?
Yes. Advanced in age, though you can't tell if that's age or just very, very difficult life.
I don't mean to be insulting, but I'm not sure how much a frail old man could do for us.
His prayers can protect his church from Strahd. Surely he has some power, and surely his god is at least somewhat invested in him. Perhaps
Could I do a religion check on him to check what kind of god he worships?
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright. Don't fail me, religion.
Don't botch this.
Don't fail me, religion. Where is it? There we go. Oh, great. That's just great.
The worship Strahd gets his power from Strahd, and therefore Strahd attacks him so he can keep the townspeople happy.
You can tell that he's definitely a cleric, a priest. He has red wristlets on.
Alright, I'll relay the information, and I'll say this one. This guy is definitely a cleric or priest, guys. And I look at him and I see red wristbands. There must be something up with that.
In your mind, you hear, he already mentioned that he worships Ilmater. And why would you bother to point out any of this? We already know he's a priest.
Because I felt like contributing something, alright.
Did you just shout that out loud? Because I felt like contributing something, right?
Yes, I did shout that out loud.
Yeah, I can only project my thoughts. I can't read people's minds. So he would have had to.
I don't care what this man thinks of me. He's
I
with a mere
cannot-
cleric.
I will not come with you. But I know of one who might need your help.
Miss McGill leans forward and go on.
Did I hear that you received... Did you receive the letter? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
The letter the burgomaster wrote.
Miss McGill whips his out and hands it to him.
This is not the burgomaster's writing.
He shrugs.
This is not Koljan's.
Is it
On the
Strahd?
other side of town, there is a townhouse, a manor house. Not as grand as it once was, but you should go there. Speak to Ismark.
He's smart. Alright. Do you have anything that would show him that you sent us there? Make her more amiable to talk to us?
Yes, I think I do. And he pulls a charm made from red string in a very intricate knot off of his belt and hands it to... Who's talking? Guan Yu. Ismagil?
Miss McGill was, yeah.
Ismagil will receive it then.
Excellent.
Miss McGill looks at it, nods. He hands it to Raphael.
And
Alright.
be wary, wizard. Strahd attacks the mind as much as he attacks yourselves. He
Miss
seeks to
McGill-
divide.
Okay. Seeks to divide. Well then, we'll have to kill him quickly.
Too much, Wren.
To drive mad, and he looks at Themis. Or to convert. Watch those within your ranks carefully.
Miss McGill asks, is there a possibility that his magic might tempt those towards a darker path as well?
He has wealth, power, secrets. He will seek to tempt you away from whatever cause brought you here.
Manipulative and powerful.
He can, after all, offer immortality.
How do you know this?
All of this. Don't tell him all of this.
Miss McGill asks, how do you know he can grant people immortality?
I have seen it. You meet a man named... or a woman. Either. Names. Dang it. Emily or Turner. If you meet either of those, send my regards. They were in the castle last I saw them.
Miss McGill taps his rapier and pulls out a little bit. These regards?
If you like.
Very well. Does anybody else want to speak to our friend?
Yeah, I want to ask him more about the holy symbol. What he can tell us about it.
It
Also, what
is
are we-
an amulet. It used to be hanging on the altar. It disappeared during the day, several days back. If you find it, it is the symbol of my power, and I would very much appreciate having it returned to me.
Does it look sort of like this one? And I just wiggle around the red string amulet.
No, it is silver. Shaped like a pair of hands with a chain linking them together. The chain
What?
forms the loop for the amulet.
Does it possess any other properties?
Only to a cleric of Ilmater.
Okay then.
Though if he looks kindly upon you, who have so little luck in coming here, it might have some use to you.
Well, I think we go to the manor house now.
Yeah, let's go to
I'd
the
be up for
house.
that.
What was the name of those people again? The two Strahd's cohorts?
Emily and Turner? I think it was.
And what do they look like?
Emily, when I knew her in life, was a gnomish woman, a master of the arcane arts.
By gnomish woman, do you mean she was actually a gnome, or that she sort of looked like one?
She was a female gnome.
Okay. Did she have any distinctive features that we might notice?
She's a gnome.
Well, obviously. Like hair color, eye color.
She had very pale, very short hair that stuck out like a dandelion.
Okay. What can you tell me about Turner?
Turner was a nickname. He was a man of few words, an elf.
Oh.
A wood elf, specifically.
I guess Turner is supposed to be a funny name for him then. Okay, what did he look like specifically, and what were his qualities? What did he do?
He was also a cleric.
Cleric of your religion?
No. He was a player's handbook.
Cleric of doomy doomy doom.
Doomy
That-
doomy doom? Excuse me?
Doom. Come on everyone, let's sing the Doom song!
I don't know the Doom song. Can you teach me?
Somebody remembers it, good.
He was a cleric of Palor, which makes his
Okay.
change all the more disturbing.
Well, I guess with the nickname of Turner, that was inevitable. Did he have any distinctive features?
His nickname came from his ability to turn the undead, to drive them from
Disrespectful man.
others.
Okay. Did he have any distinctive features that we might notice him by?
He was missing an ear.
Which one?
Your
Left or right?
distinctive features, man.
Do we need to know which ear?
He was
Is that-
missing
is
an
that
ear.
really-
You don't need to know
Okay,
which
okay.
ear. It's fine.
Okay.
Are you sure though? There might be more people missing.
We just
an ear.
gotta look for an elf without an ear.
Who's wearing armor and wants to kill us? Okay, let's McGill says goodbye and waits for the other party members at the cart.
I put the little red amulet around my neck.
I
Go.
call us to Miguel out to the
Speak with
cart.
Ismark. Give him my regards and tell him I can do no more. I hope to see you all again. I mean that we have both We've all survived this.
Yeah. What was the cleric's name again?
Donovic.
Donovic McNabb.
And what was this god's name again?
Ilmater. Ilmater. Ilmater.
Okay.
God of endurance.
Yeah, god of the downtrodden. It's appropriate in this town, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you leave, he walks back around to the front of the church with you and points to the far side of town, to this manor over by the river.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Go.
This
With
McGill-
Ilmater's blessing upon you.
Very good. This is McGill. He gets on the cart, waits for everybody else to get on, and then just starts. He's gonna ride around the town to get there. 'Cause I don't think
You're gonna
we're
off-road it
exactly-
with the cart?
Well, slowly. I don't think we're exactly welcome in town.
You think?
No, we're good.
Oh yeah, we should
They
just run
love
through
us.
town.
We
Well, you
need
also-
an escort us.
He asks, "What do you guys think? Should we go around town or through town?"
The most direct path.
I agree. The most direct path.
Okay, we ride through town.
Okay. Straight through the town square, past the Blood of the Vine Tavern, and all the way out to the mansion. As you go down this road here, and this house specifically, you hear sobbing fill the street, just heartbroken sobbing.
Don't pay it any mind. Don't
Oh God,
kick down
I
any doors.
can't stand tears. I need to comfort these people.
Don't kick down the door. Please. Don't.
Alright, am I able to figure out what is ailing these people?
You just hear a woman sobbing, heartbroken.
Alright, I approach the woman and I tell her not to fear.
She's inside a house. You can't see her.
I know, but I know she's inside that house, that specific house, though. It's not like it's going from everywhere.
Yes.
Alright, I knock on the door.
The door doesn't open.
I knock again, just slightly louder because she's being
She
very
doesn't
rude.
want company.
The door doesn't open. The sobbing doesn't change.
She seems very sad. We should walk away.
Yeah, she seems very sad. Maybe she needs some comfort, alright? Could I just shout from behind the door and tell her, Madam, I know that you are very afraid and probably very sad as well, but we are here to alleviate all of these issues. Could you please come out so we can have a talk?
Okay. The moaning sobs turn into wails, and I'm not gonna try and do this. You hear her scream out, Gertruda, where have you gone? Bring my daughter back.
Oh dear, this is beyond my pay grade.
I'm gonna walk up next to him and tap him on the shoulder and like give him one of those like really like nervous like teethy looks. So just like let's go, come on.
But what about this
Yeah.
woman? She wants Gertrude.
You're not making it better.
Alright, I reluctantly give up my chase of making this woman happy again, and I just move with them.
As Themis gets back on the cart, I go, you should have kicked the door down.
And then I tell him that it had crossed my mind, but in the past something has happened, and I don't want to repeat the past. But right now, anyway.
Can I look around the building for a window?
Yes, there are windows.
Can I look into one of them?
Yeah. You can see a motherly-looking woman bundled up in a shawl, sitting on a chair in front of the fireplace, just crying, huddled there.
I need to comfort some of them, guys.
Smeagol carries on my wayward son.
It is not.
Does it look like there's anything else in the house? From my vantage?
Yes. There's furniture. There's. Bye, John. A trestle table, benches, chairs. Other chairs set around the fireplace. There's a staircase leading to the second story. An entire kitchen.
All right. Can I pick her lock on the front door?
If you try the handle, the door is unlocked.
Why are you doing
Why does he
this?
get the unlocked door?
Because you just banged. You didn't try to open it.
Surely I banged loud enough that the door would open by itself.
Okay, Smeagol pulls up the donkey a little bit. He sort of waits, looks back. And he jumps in the back of the cart, pulls up his cloak of invisibility. His cloak of velvet and hides.
Okay.
I want to open the door and announce myself.
Announce yourself to the world, sir.
When the door opens, the woman looks toward the door wild-eyed and goes, Gertrude. Oh, no. You haven't seen her, have you? My daughter.
Oh no, is Gertrude the servant from Gypsies? Oh god, no. Don't let it be that.
No, that was Lilith.
Alright, so I'm still there, right? So I would like to ask what happened to Gertrude.
No, you're back in the cart, man.
Damn it! Damn it!
She snuck out. She never snuck out before. You haven't seen her anywhere. A girl, a young woman, short but with blonde hair. Have you seen her anywhere?
No, I haven't.
Can I just run out the cart seeing that he opened the door and walked in?
Okay, wait a second. Slow down. I'm back. Who broke down the door?
No one.
No one? Okay. Did someone break in the window?
Nope.
No.
All they had to do was open the latch.
Oh.
Sometimes the most simplest solutions, guys.
I don't think Themis noticed that the door opened because I'm distracting him.
Yes, you are.
I'm talking to you about different things that you could have done to the door to break it down.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
So the door to the house is open and there's a very sad lady crying in there.
Yes.
Makes me very sad as well.
Do I have any bard shit to make her happy?
Bard shit?
Depends on what you eat last.
What
Yes.
what are you
know.
going to do with the bard shit, man?
Do I got a super cool spell to make people happy? Yeah.
You're playing a bard, man. They don't have cool spells.
A polymorph, I could turn into like a puppy. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask her when her daughter went missing. And if she has any idea where she might be.
I don't know. She's not anywhere in the village. No one's seen her. She was days now. She's probably dead. Her only daughter. And she just starts sobbing again.
Come on, just hug her. Come on. Don't be heartless.
You're not there. You don't know what's going on.
This is me projecting my thoughts into sad.
Hey, that's my shtick.
Alright, I'll go up to her, put my arm on her shoulder, and tell her though I haven't seen her daughter, I will make an effort to find her.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So beautiful.
My Gertrude.
I don't know,
I
Stinking
am not a good
Cloud?
enough
Do you think
actress to
Stinking
do
Cloud would work?
Alright, so I'm gonna head back out, close the door, tell everybody
Guys,
what
side
happened.
quests, yeah.
All the side quests.
as he leaves the door, I just look up in shock that it was opened all this time, and that this guy was distracting me from my goal.
At this point, I turn to Nissa and I go, "Great job. I'm glad that you stopped to console that woman because a good deed goes a long way. My respect for you has grown."
I
help him
hate
into the
you
cart.
so much.
This PvP is getting intense, guys. Okay.
Alright,
So
let's
off we
continue
go
on.
to the manor house.
Okay. You guys can see that there's a wall around the house. So you approach, you can also see that there's a figure standing in the gate. There's no gate in the gateway, just the figure standing there with his sword drawn.
I would like to approach the figure.
Uh-oh.
God.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold my hands up high, like next to my head, and Sir, are you alright, sir? You seem to be standing in the middle of a gate and there's no gateway. This is useless.
You. Why did you come now?
Alright, I look over my shoulder, looking if it's me that he's asking about.
Yes.
Alright. Sir, I do not know why I'm here, but I do know that it's to help you, sir. So
All of you said you were going to help yesterday.
Sir, are you part of the gypsy camp? A terrible tragedy has occurred there, as you might realize right now.
Okay, I'm back.
Gypsies? I don't care about gypsies. I care about my sister.
Okay, so
What's your sister's name, sir?
are they still talking to the old sobbing lady, or we moved
No,
on?
this is a different
No,
old
now they're
something
talking to angry
lady.
guy. Actually, I have a token for him. I'm gonna put that.
Alright, so what is the name of your sister, sir? Maybe we can help.
I am Istar Kolyan, and she is Irina.
Oh, that's a beautiful name, sir. So where did you last see her?
See her? She's in the house right now. Afflicted
Oh.
by this plague that you knew about. You said you would help.
Yes, I would like to see your sister immediately, sir. Perhaps I can help alleviate this curse. We can stand outside all day, or we can try and help her, sir. It's your choice. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
Where's my persuasion? I do this shit daily. Oh god, that's plus 10.
You rolled a 2?
Yes, plus 10 though, plus 10.
Okay.
Fortuna doesn't like you today.
Fortuna has never liked me.
Well, you better help.
Nissa hears in her head, it appears that a village is missing their idiot.
Nissa, I think
We
this
have
is
it.
Themis.
Sorry?
Did Raphael talk to this guy yet? Show him that thingamabob that we were given by Donovic?
Nope.
Hey! Istmael looks at Raphael and says, "You should probably show that guy the thing we got from Donovic. Let him know that we're not just here fucking around, but that we were actually sent here by somebody."
I'm more curious to know why he thinks we agreed to help him.
Was that Raphael? Is Raphael AFK right now?
I don't know.
Who's Raphael's player? His voice?
John.
Is John here right now?
I guess not.
Okay. This McGill takes the little thing off of Raphael. Takes it
I'm
over to
here.
the guy. Oh, you're here?
Oh,
Okay.
Were you
Jesus, sorry.
muted?
I had to fucking do a thing. I'm sorry.
Okay. Raphael, could you go talk to the guy who Themis is trying to talk to and probably going to get
Hey,
stabbed by sooner or later?
he let me in.
Slapped by. He's holding a sword.
Are we?
Slash
Okay,
shadow.
we're at the manor,
He's
right?
being nice to me. He told me that he would let me in.
We're at the manor right now.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess I will scurry up to the door right now, and I'm going to hold the little string amulet that's around my neck, like up in front of me, and I say, Father Donovic says that you would help us in some way. Please, would you let us into your home?
Nah, I'm confused. He just agreed to let me into the home because I told him I'd help his daughter.
And he has his sword out, so he's probably like, hey, come into my home, shank, 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 shank.
Well, you can
I suppose
try.
all of you can follow me then. He sheaths his sword and turns to walk back towards the house.
See, you guys are so distrusty.
This McGill goes with. I gotta leave in like 2 to 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. Then, I mean, this is the best place to wrap it up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, next week I won't have to go, but the gym wants to, like, happy me with a personal trainer.
A Pokemon trainer?
Personal trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, basically a Pokemon trainer with me, like, as Pokemon.
I choose you.
You're basically training people, like Pokemon.
I know.
Okay,
I
then.
choose you, guy who swims a lot.
Sorry for this session, guys. You managed to avoid every instance of combat expertly.
Oh shit, really?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Was it because of me or somebody else?
No, probably
I'm
because of
curious.
me.
I didn't see any combat stuff. I guess we could have fought the villagers.
We could have worked that.
Tell us why
fine.
you dodged it, Wren. Tell us why.
No, I'm not telling you anything.
Why not, Wren?
Part of
Because
the
then we
mystery.
would know secrets we're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
then
worry.
you might do it again, and that would make me sad.
She might
Yeah.
tell us after the entire thing's over and we're out of Barovia. Or dead. One of the
Because I
two.
like trying to kill you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's more stuff coming up.
Yay!
Lots more stuff. You haven't even gotten to Castle Ravenloft yet.
I know. Strahd's sitting there just amassing his forces, getting his army bigger and bigger and bigger.
And when
It's
we
probably
get
watching
there,
us through
I
his
will
little
make
crystal
sure
ball.
that this guy pays for what he did to that poor woman. And this poor man, I will
Wait,
talk
don't you
him
mean-
to
don't
death.
you
And,
mean
and also
this
the
guy?
whole town and countryside.
And that
For
poor
hundreds
cleric,
of years.
And that poor girl who was hanged, preferably bitten to death and
Don't
then
care
hanged
about all
as
that,
hanging
just care about
sucks.
the old woman and this guy. That's all I care about.
That's cold.
That is
There's
cold.
at least still alive.
It's not cold.
Well, I mean, her corpse was.
Trying to help him. Being nice.
Oh Lord.
Okay then. Have a good time, guys. If you
Okay.
have any
Thanks, Ray.
questions that would not be revealing plot, you can ask those.
Can I sell Strahd?
Can you what?
Can I sell Strahd? And that's reply with, you can try.
The answer to Dungeons and Dragons is always you can try.
Can I have a gnome in a box? I like a gnome in a box.
A gnome in a box. I think I can make that happen.
It's a
Because
gnome in a box.
IRP, the character that thought he was schizophrenic, but it appears that he had a box with him in which there was a gnome. And he just realized at the end of the campaign that this gnome was the one that was driving him insane. He just
I'm coming to the
broken.
realize. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it broke him, man. It broke him. He broke down.
I'm coming to the realization that I probably should have played a bard since I do the most talking.
Instead, you're playing a wizard.
Who's built to kill everything. Or buff everybody to kill everything. And bards in
Yeah.
the system don't suck either. Like, they're full casters.
I just like messing with Fennec.
Yeah,
The
I'm
best.
gonna have to start having Themis roll more because he has an 18 in charisma.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, on a technicality, I think, like, you're supposed to roll a lot. Like, everybody can talk, but it's the person who seems to talk the most or seems to, like, do the most of the conversation supposed to roll a lot.
Well, probably because you guys don't trust me with talking to people for some reason. I don't know why.
But just because you're
Maybe
charismatic,
because
it
you're
doesn't mean
insane.
you're wise.
That's right.
Yeah, and last time you threatened the gypsies, that was messed up.
I did not threaten the gypsies. That was you.
That was
hold on,
I
you-
think.
No, hold on. Okay, so does everybody believe me that that this was the one that threatened?
That was you.
Yes, McGill was there, wasn't he?
Sure.
Didn't he see this?
No, I'm rolling counter persuasion to that shit.
McGill was there. Dude. He was watching. He knows.
It wasn't me though. What the hell?
No, it was Guan Yu, wasn't it?
There we go. See, you're a fucking liar, Guan Yu.
Miguel just sort of shakes his head.
I nudge Miguel. Shh.
I'm just gonna roll performance, and everybody likes me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep my mouth
that's
shut.
what I can do.
Try to make it look like I don't belong with you people.
Okay, then.
Along with me, I could teleport everybody to Knights of Mitrador Station, and then everybody dies in like 5 days or something.
Nice.
You're all free.
You're so cruel. I can't even believe you said that.
Well, I mean, that could happen, but everybody would die.
Shame of yourself, sir.
But at least now I know they'd all die. So it'd be like, convince everybody if we know we're going to lose. So Strahd
No,
has
I
nobody
wonder
to
what would have
lord over.
happened if I burned their tent. Maybe they would have actually been saved because they would have run away before the dogs came and the fucking vampire.
No, I'm pretty sure the entire reason we weren't just in a marathon of battles was because we were behind that telekinetic sphere.
Yes.
And there's just nothing they could do.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
that's
mean, you
very
guys
mean
did
of
hear
you.
snarling, and you
Would that-
heard screams, and you saw wolf footprints, bear footprints, and shoed footprints.
Would the sound pass through the force field?
Through the tiny hut, yes. Through the cube of darkness, no.
Okay.
The cube of darkness is soundproof.
So, like,
You
a
looked
wall
this
of
up,
force
didn't
wouldn't
you?
stop any sound, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will
Okay,
see you
Phil.
guys later.
Good night.
Alright, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, so much reading to do.
What are you going to read?
Oh, I had a group contact me and ask if I'd run Code of Darkness.